Australia, so she's not in the starting lineup for Wake Forest. Instead, it's Courtney Simmons, the sophomore, making her 7th start of the year. And Coach Q going with the same starting lineup he's gone for almost the entirety of the season. Briana Day and Quinn set to tip off, and it's Syracuse who wins the opening tip. Early three, Sykes. Day, the offensive rebound, and she's fouled.
I think the matchup between Briana Day and Milan Quinn will definitely be the deciding factor of this game. I think they're really going to be aggressive on the inside and want to get the ball every time.
So Day at the charity stripe for a pair of free throws. A 6'4" senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, shooting 75% from the stripe, and she knocks down the first. Day, the first ever Syracuse player with 1,000 points and rebounds. She's the 25th player in ACC history to accomplish that feat, and she has Syracuse leading 2-0. Syracuse in the full court press. Wake Forest able to break it, and an opening three. Penna knocks it down.
They really have to watch out for that. Penna definitely can make that three-point shot without a doubt.
Penna knocks it down at a 36% clip from three-point range as Sykes can't respond, and Campbell rebounds for the Demon Deacons. It's a Wake Forest offense that averages right around 65 points per game. Syracuse matching up here. Open three for Campbell, and Sykes pulls down the board. Transition offense. Slim has the extra pass for Alexis Peterson. First 3 points of the game for Petey, and SU's back up 5-3.
That was a good decision by Slim. She knew, she's seen that Peterson was trailing behind her, and the defense wasn't ready to guard her yet.
Slim just a 28% three-point shooter. Gave it to Peterson, who's shooting it at 38% from behind the arc. Inside, Penna. Nice fake, and she finishes easily from the left-hand side.
Too easy, almost wide open. If Slim didn't rotate over, she may have been just a couple seconds too late on the rotation.
Penna, the leading scorer for the Demon Deacons this season, averages nearly 14 points a game. Gabby Cooper from deep. Kept in bounds, but Wake Forest comes away with it.
Might not have been the best shot for Cooper to take. She had two people within her vicinity, which made it easy for both of them to guard her three-point shot.
Less than 2 minutes into the first quarter, Syracuse and Wake Forest all tied at 5. What are you looking for from Wake Forest to try and break this Syracuse defense? It's been tough all year.
They really just have to move. They can't be complacent. They have to move the ball faster than Syracuse can guard them.
Syracuse with the defensive stop, with Peterson now offensively. 4 seniors in the starting lineup for Syracuse. The lone freshman, Gabby Cooper. Peterson, some nifty ball handling. Here is the freshman Cooper. Pull-up jump shot, no. Offensive rebound, Day, and the putback. Already 2 offensive rebounds for her.
Throughout this season, I feel like Briana Day has been more and more aggressive each game on the boards and offensively. She's been looking to get those rebounds more often.
Day averages 9 rebounds per game. Penna drives to the hoop. Tough shot off the backboard, and Day rebounds for the Orange. Here's Sykes, attacks the rim. Cooper with the extra pass for Peterson. Plenty of time left on the shot clock as Peterson drives the alley and finishes with the left hand.
I'm amazed every time she goes in against a post player with complete confidence and goes up and actually makes it.
7-5 SU, 9-5 rather, SU in front. As Simmons pulls up, can't connect, and Day pulls down her 4th rebound of the game. Sykes attacks the lane, finishes, plus the foul.
Brittany Sykes dribbling the ball up the court. She hesitated for a second, but she's seen that the defense wasn't ready to stop her, and she's seen the wide open lane for the lay-in.
Now they're going to say this foul happened on the floor. Just got a second look. One that could have gone either way. It's always a tough one. there's a lot of times it seems that a player will pick up the ball, and as soon as they pick it up, I mean, you know they're about to attack the rim as Briana Day finishes here, so Syracuse gets the 2 points, but the officials will say, no, the foul happened on the floor, even though the player's picking up the ball at the same time.
It's a hard call to call because it's a difference between a split second of before they picked up the ball or after. So it really depends on the referee.
Stevenson missed the 3-point shot, and the ball goes out of bounds, possession to Syracuse. Syracuse leads by 6, just less than 4 minutes into the first quarter. Briana Day leads all scores with 6 points. Alexis Peterson has the other 5 for the Orange. Sykes stops on a dime, pull-up jump shot, and the friendly bounce.
I'm pretty sure Sykes is going to go all the way. But she's seen the defense collapse on her, and just so happened she was able to pull up and shoot it.
3 of Syracuse's seniors combining for the 13 points. And the Orange alters the shot defensively as Peterson pushes the pace to her backcourt mate Sykes. Back to Peterson. Nice job by Campbell to get back defensively. That's not stopping Peterson, though. 7 points for her.
I really like watching Peterson play. She can really do it all.
7 points for Alexis Peterson. Got that feeling it just might be one of those nights for the senior. Syracuse leads Wake Forest by 10 points. Less than midway through the first quarter, Alexis Peterson leads all scorers with 7 points. Wake Forest's only scorer is Eliza Penna. She has all 5 points for the Demon Deacons. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Michael Tricarico. Nikki, what's been the big key to Syracuse's offensive success early on here?
Syracuse really likes to push the ball. Once they get the rebound, they push the ball up the court, and Wake Forest needs to do better at getting back on defense and setting up before Syracuse has 2 points.
Syracuse defense with that full court press, able to force a tip pass, but Wake Forest still controls. Campbell runs the point. It's in between the Syracuse zone. Inside for Quinn. Can't connect on the layup, and Day pulls down her 5th rebound of the game. Here's Sykes. She has 2 points. Tough jump shot, just a little bit long. And Quinn rebounds for Wake Forest. Midway through quarter number 1, Syracuse with the 10-point lead over Wake Forest. Here's Alex Sharp. Jump shot, no. Ball loose, and Isabella Slim brings it down for SU. Peterson with the ball for the Orange. Couple of crossovers, now Slim. Penetrates the lane, goes up through contact. And this ball is rebounded by Stevenson as Sykes gets knocked down to the floor. Syracuse crowd wanted a foul, the official not granting it. 10-point Syracuse lead over Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons' lone scorer is Penna. She catches here, shot blocked, rebound Stevenson, and an offensive foul called.
It's an interesting call. I don't think I've ever seen an offensive call called that way. I thought it was going to be a foul on Briana Day.
Well, the official saying that Day held her position, and it was Stevenson who initiated all of the contact. It's the 3rd foul against Wake Forest, the first against Stevenson. And Wake Forest will get possession off the Cooper miss.
It seems like both teams are really trying to just get a shot without being set, without taking their time offensively running plays. They're just kind of 1 or 2 passes and shooting the ball up.
Here's a 3. Atkinson can't knock it down.
There you go, 1 pass and shot.
Peterson has
Syracuse
the ball tipped away, goes right to Brittany Sykes, just like the Orange drew it up.
Brittany Sykes tipped it to herself for a layup, so she should have gotten an assist too.
Inside, easy 2 points for Milan Quinn. First 2 for the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Syracuse holds the 10-point lead. 3:15 to play first quarter. Slim, free throw line, jump shot, around the rim and in. All four seniors from the starting lineup on the board for the Orange.
That high post shot has been open so far all game. If they keep making that shot, then Wake Forest is going to have to make some adjustments.
Atkinson inside, help defense comes late, count the 2 plus the foul. Kalila Atkinson found some space in the Syracuse defense, finished strong, and she has an opportunity to complete a three-point play. Atkinson missed all of last year and the first 23 games this season because of an injury. She's played the last 4 for the Demon Deacons, averaging just more than 1 point and 2 rebounds per game. 3 so far tonight after completing the three-point play. Syracuse's lead down to 9. Peterson, jump shot. No. Atkinson the rebound for the Demon Deacons. Here's Penna from outside, and she knocks down her second 3 of the game.
I've seen her play a couple games, and that's not a person that you want to leave open, for sure.
A 36% three-point shooter. Penna has 8 for the Deeks. Cooper attacks, finds Peterson, extra pass, Sykes, open from 3, got it!
I love the progress from Brittany Sykes. From the beginning, just from the beginning of the season till now, she's gotten so much better with her jump shot, more confidence. You can tell when she catches it, she's ready to shoot.
Lead back to 9 for the Orange. Simmons catches into the lane, a blocking foul, no good on the shot. But Simmons heading to the free throw line for 2.
Syracuse foul line number 21, Desiree Elmore. First personal team foul number 2 on the Orange.
It's always a tough one when the offensive player sort of hits the side, more so the side as opposed to straight on the chest.
Yeah, I also think Desiree Elmore could have just taken one more step over and she would have been there.
First free throw good for Simmons, a 57% free throw shooter. Courtney Simmons, a 5'8" sophomore from Virginia, goes 1 of 2 from the line. 8-point Syracuse lead. The Oranges controlled really the entire game as Sykes loses the ball. Syracuse turns it over for just the second time, and Wake Forest gives it right back.
Syracuse's game is really fast-paced, and I feel for this game that Wake Forest is trying to play Syracuse's game. This isn't Wake Forest's game. They need to slow down to get better shots and put themselves in better scoring position.
Sykes loses it one more time, and Wake Forest almost gives it right back. And now they do. Back and forth we go with turnovers over the last minute and a half.
I feel like our heads have been just turning back and forth for the past minute and a half.
Like you're watching a tennis match. 8-point Syracuse lead. Less than 90 seconds to play in the first frame. Day sets the screen for Sykes, who attacks the rim, goes up, can't finish. Offensive rebound, Day, and another putback. 6 second chance points for Syracuse. Briana Day has 8 points to go along with now 7 rebounds as Wake Forest responds on the other end with Quinn.
Syracuse's goal is to maximize their possessions, and by doing that, they want to go after the offensive rebounds, and they have been doing a good job so far with that.
Cooper stepped on the sideline, so Syracuse turns it over for the 4th time. That's 3 turnovers in 4 possessions now for Syracuse. Less than a minute to play. SU with the 8-point lead. Campbell runs point for Wake Forest. She's scoreless today, but averages nearly 13 this season. Penna's been hot, and that continues. 10 points for Aliza Penna.
You can see the confidence when she shoots, when she catches the ball, and when she shoots it. She knows that it's going in, or she has a high chance of it going in.
At a 5-second differential between game and shot clock. Slim fires and connects.
I'd like to see more of that from Slim. I think she's a good shooter and she's a good player, but I think sometimes players can get caught up in the stars of the team or, you know, what everybody in the media is focusing on. I think Slim could do a lot more for this team.
Slim has 5 points after her first made 3 as Jen Hoover looks on. Held ball on the last possession, keeps it with Wake Forest. 10 seconds to shoot. Syracuse pressing out defensively. Penna finds Campbell. 3 seconds to shoot. Finds a player inside. Penna, good if it goes, but it does not. After 10 minutes, an offensive outburst for Syracuse. 27 points, the Orange, led by Briana Day with 8. And Syracuse holds on to the 9-point lead. Second quarter up next on ACC Network Extra. Syracuse leads Wake Forest 27-18 after a quarter of play, and a big reason for that, Brittany Sykes.
Brittany Sykes has been aggressive since the start of this game. She's been shooting, she's been driving to the basket, she's been rebounding. Like she said, my favorite quote from her, she's just trying to be the Westbrook for this team.
Sykes, 7 points, a rebound, and 2 assists as Syracuse leads by 9 at the start of the second quarter. 2-3 zone from Wake Forest. They played man-to-man for the entire first quarter, so Jen Hoover switching up the defenses. Peterson can't connect, and Wake Forest with a successful defensive possession to open up the quarter.
The majority of Syracuse's shots have been in the paint, so maybe Coach Hoover is trying to eliminate that and make them take the three-point shots.
Wake Forest led by Aliza Penna, who has 10 points. 4 different scorers for this Wake Forest team. Here's Stevenson. Atkinson open from outside, and she hits. 6 points for Kalila Atkinson. That's her first made 3 of the season and her first attempt. SU lead down to 6. Sykes for the response, no. And a race to the corner. Wake Forest gets possession. This is a Wake Forest team that just knocked off a ranked NC State team on Sunday. So Wake Forest certainly capable of getting the win against Syracuse.
As long as Wake Forest plays their game, that is definitely possible.
Open 3, Campbell. Well off the mark. Fight for the rebound goes to Day. Rebound number 8 for Briana Day. Sykes pushes the pace. Not a good pass for Peterson. Pull-up jump shot. Petey knocks it down. 9 points, Alexis Peterson. And SU's leads back to 8. Penna, advantage for the Demon Deacs. Syracuse recovers defensively. Penna's already knocked down 2 threes today. Inside pass for Atkinson. Jump shot, good over Day. 8 points for Kalila Atkinson, a 5'10" redshirt senior from Woodbridge, Virginia.
Atkinson is only averaging, what, 1.3 points a game, so this is a big start for her.
Taking some time for her to come back from an injury that's kept her out for a year and a half. Sykes shot no. Day another offensive board and another foul. 9 total rebounds for Briana Day. Syracuse has 5 total offensive rebounds, 4 of them coming from Day.
I'm telling you, Briana Day from the first couple of games to the last couple of games is a completely different rebounder.
Good chance that Day could get a double-double before midway through the second quarter. Free throw good for Day, a 75% free throw shooter. She's now 3 for 3 from the charity stripe this evening.
Briana Day is doing her job on the boards, but Wake Forest needs to, they're missing the assignment of boxing her out. If they put a body on her, then that minimizes her chance of a double-double. Most likely she's going to get it anyways, but
10 points for Briana Day, the first Syracuse player into double figures. Atkinson loses the ball to Sykes. 2-on-1 for the Orange. Brittany to Alexis, and SU's up by 10.
One thing Syracuse does a good job of is pressuring, and as soon as the offensive player turns their back, that's when they get their steals. That's how they get so many fast breaks.
Wake Forest turns it over for the 5th time. Back-to-back turnovers forced by Syracuse. The Orange has 4 points off of those turnovers. Here's Sykes in the lane. Tough shot, hit the backside of the backboard. And that's going to go to Wake Forest.
I think Sykes was a little shocked that the ball went back there. Her face afterwards, it's like, I don't really know what happened.
Wake Forest gets the ball across midcourt. Campbell all the way to the lane. Nobody picks her up, but she can't finish. Cooper rebounds for the Orange. Pushing the pace, cross court, Sykes open from outside. Can't leave her, but she can't finish. Quinn rips the ball away for the rebound. Demon Deacs trail by 10, and Quinn travels. Desiree Elmore checks into the game for Briana Day. Syracuse at 10-point lead, 6:46 to play second quarter.
I enjoy watching and seeing Briana Day and Bria Day play together. I think once they are in for a little bit, they get a rhythm together, and it's more in sync than any post duo that they have here on Syracuse's team.
Cooper left open from three-point range, hit every part of the rim but did not go in. And the ball out of bounds to Wake Forest. 33-23, 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Syracuse still with the full court press. Penna one-handed pass to the scores table. Even when the Syracuse defense isn't forcing steals, it's forcing bad passes. 7
Exactly.
turnovers.
I think it's really throwing Wake Forest out of their rhythm. I mean, you know that they're going to press. You know that it's coming, so you just really need to stay calm and collective and poised when they are pressuring you.
Cooper, pass inside. Elmore can't connect. And Penna comes away with the ball. Up ahead for Sharp. And an offensive foul called as Brittany Sykes stands in and takes it. That's the second charge called today.
A little out of control on Sharp's end. Easy for Brittany Sykes to take that charge.
It's the first foul against Sharp. Second team foul. Elmore inside for Day. Bria can't finish, gets her own rebound. Sykes left open, her three's no good. And the rebound ripped down by Stevenson. Wake Forest with just 5 points this quarter, and Penna kisses it off the glass. 12 points for her.
I like her game so far. You see her confidence when she shoots the ball. She knows that she wants it. She knows that it's going in when she's shooting it.
Peterson to respond, too strong. Sykes gets the rebound easily for the Orange. Cooper lets another three fly. No. And Sharp with the rebound for the Deacs. Campbell into the lane. Goes up, no. Sharp the rebound. And a foul's called. And that'll send the Deacs to the free throw line. Aggressive move inside. Sharp a nice rebound on the second chance, and just a little too much on the arm.
That was good defense by her, but she was a little bit outside, so it seemed to have been a foul either way.
5 minutes to play, second quarter. Syracuse holds an 8-point lead, led by the defense, turning into offense. Syracuse holds an 8-point lead over Wake Forest on senior night, and those are two of the big seniors, Alexis Peterson and Brittany Sykes, the highest scoring backcourt in the country. Those two combined for nearly 43 points per game already tonight. Peterson has 11, Sykes has 7.
These two guards are amazing to watch. It's funny to, in the press conferences after the game, asking other coaches, do they really think that they're the best backcourt in the nation? And we've heard a couple no's and a couple yeses, but Alexis Peterson said numbers don't lie.
Well, Alex Sharp is at the free throw line for Wake Forest. The freshman from Melbourne, Australia, just came from Australia. Her grandmother passed away a few days ago, and Sharp, after the NC State game on Sunday, flew to Australia. Then today ended up flying from Australia to Hong Kong to LA to JFK, and then drove here, arrived less than 2 hours before the game. Wasn't in the starting lineup, but she's playing now. 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Sharp, and Wake Forest trails Syracuse by 7.
I'm confused how she's able to run and jump right now, because that's a lot of traveling. It's hard, it's tough on your legs when you travel so much like that.
She says it's pure adrenaline at this point.
That makes sense.
4:20 to play in the second quarter. Syracuse with the 7-point lead. Penna with the ball. She has 12 points. Here's Sharp. Inside Penna. Step back, contested jump shot. No. Out of bounds, and possession to Syracuse.
That was a nice move by Penna to create space before shooting the shot. Dribbled away from the defender, turned around and shot it.
Penna's been successful with that move a couple times tonight as Grant misses the 3. Day with another rebound and put back. Double-double for Briana Day. She has 10 rebounds and now 12 points.
That was a nice rebound by Briana Day, but if Milan Quinn boxed her out, pushed her a little bit more aggressive, then maybe it would have been a different result.
Coach Q looks on, still maybe not exactly happy with these teams' performance here in quarter number 2. The Oranges scored just 8 points with less than 4 to play until the half.
I mean, senior night is kind of hard to play. You have all of these emotions. You're happy, you're excited, you're sad. So once they get calmed down and back into the regular rhythm, then we'll see the team that we're used to seeing.
Sykes is one of those seniors, and she finishes. Second chance points for Syracuse. Sykes has 9 total, and the Oranges up by 11. Stevenson open, can't finish. Penna fights for the rebound. Sykes loses it out of bounds. Wake Forest ball, 3:12 to play in the second quarter. Bria Day, Gabby Cooper check into the game for Syracuse. Briana Day and Abby Grant head to the bench. Peterson knocks this ball away. One-on-one all the way to the rim, and Peterson finishes. 13 for Alexis Peterson.
Alexis Peterson is really fearless underneath the basket when it comes to getting those lay-ins.
Largest lead of the game for Syracuse. Inside, and the finish for Whitehead.
The difference in the game when Briana Day and Bria Day are in, it's always a delay with Bria Day, and it's okay. I understand that her sister's better, but I think she has a little bit of trouble of catching on to certain things that happen offensively and defensively.
Syracuse with an offensive rebound. Peterson can't connect. She's gone cold. Besides that layup, Peterson had a breakout first quarter, but the entire Syracuse offense really cold here in quarter number 2. Credit the Wake Forest defense. They changed to a zone, and that's certainly given the Orange problems. Penna again from outside. This time, no. Slim rebounds for SU. Sykes with a travel. Spun around the pressure and just didn't flip it to Peterson in time.
I don't think she realized that Peterson was behind her.
Q with a look at Sykes as if to say, what were you thinking?
Well, I'm not sure if she was thinking in that possession.
Q wants his team to press here. Gabby Cooper gets up defensively, and it helps to force the loose ball, a held ball. Possession to Wake Forest.
Syracuse has a great press. They do a good job of pressuring the other team, but a lot of times I don't think that it's their press that forces turnovers. I think it's mental for the other team. They know that they're there. They know that they're going to get get steals.
SU with an 11-point lead, less than 2 to play in the quarter. Atkinson spins around. Tough shot, no. Slim rebounds for the Orange. 5th rebound for Slim. Sykes pass. Hits the ground, and Brittany Sykes is down in pain behind the play. Campbell gives to Simmons. And now the officials call time as Sykes is grabbing that ankle. Q started to walk out towards Sykes, and Brittany waved the coach off. And this is the play that she got hurt on.
Oh.
Was grabbing that left ankle, and yeah, that just rolled.
She stepped on someone's foot. It's never a good feeling.
Briana Day checks in for Brittany Sykes. So she heads to the bench. 9 points today for Sykes. She averages more than 19 per game. Less than 90 seconds left in the first half. Wake Forest trails by 11.
This is the ball movement that I like to see from Wake Forest. It disrupts Syracuse's defense.
Whitehead with the shot, no. Race for the rebound, and it goes to Syracuse.
Still not the shot that you're looking for, but the ball movement is better than one pass and a shot.
Wake Forest from the field is shooting 39%. Syracuse at 40%, but the Orange has taken 12 more shots than the Demon Deacons. Credit 10 offensive rebounds for the extra shots. Day finds Cooper. Good closeout from Wake Forest. Slim inside, and she's fouled. Nice pass from Cooper to find Slim, who just slid in behind the defense.
Yeah, that was a really good pass by her. Normally you don't see that. She catches and shoots most of the time, so I was a little shocked when I seen it. Good pass.
Isabella Slim is a 64% free throw shooter. And she gets the friendly roll. 6 points for Slim tonight. Desiree Elmore checks in for Bria Day. Slim has started every game that she has played in her career. 131 games. Slim from the Netherlands, making the trek to Syracuse. And while she's not known for her scoring, she certainly is an all-around player and does it defensively as well.
Yeah, she's one of those players that she's there, but you don't know she's there. People don't really say her name too much. It's not Isabella Slim this or that. She does what's necessary, and she knows her role.
10 seconds on the shot clock for the Demon Deacons. Simmons hands off Atkinson. Pass inside for Whitehead, goes out of bounds.
Earlier I said that Wake Forest should pass faster than Syracuse can guard, but it seems like Syracuse is moving pretty fast on the defensive end.
The defense, something that Quentin Hillsman prides his team on. Syracuse can hold for the final shot. Here's Peterson. Attacks the lane. Jump shot, no. Cooper offensive rebound and put back. Largest lead of the game for Syracuse. 14 points, and that's the end of the first half. 11 offensive rebounds for Syracuse in half number 1. The Orange gets 12 second chance points, and Syracuse on senior night leads by 14. Second half just about to get underway inside the Carrier Dome. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Michael Tri-Chirico. As Syracuse's seniors have combined for 40 of Syracuse's 42 points. Gabby Cooper, the only other scorer for the Orange. She has 2 points, but Peterson, Slim, Sykes, and Day, seniors on senior night, stepping up.
I love watching these seniors play. It's going to be sad to see them go next season. They're going to have a whole group of girls that need to step up. Of course, they're going to get new recruits and new players, but the program isn't going to be the same. They're definitely leaving a mark on Syracuse's program history.
Peterson leads all scorers with 13 points. Slim's knocked down a three-point shot, and Briana Day already has a double-double with 12 points and 11 rebounds. Syracuse ball to begin the second half. Wake Forest opening up in a zone defense. It's what the Demon Deacons played in quarter number 2 with some success. Syracuse scored just 15 points in the second quarter after scoring 27 against the Demon Deacs man-to-man defense in quarter number 1. Off the opening turnover, the Deacs get it inside, and Briana Day steals it away. That's the 12th Wake Forest turnover. Peterson ahead for Slim. Open from three-point range, no. Campbell with the rebound for Wake Forest. No numbers for the Deacs, so Campbell pulls it out. Stevenson, the sophomore, guarded by Cooper. Attacks the lane and is fouled. Cooper called for her second foul of the evening. Stevenson heading to the line for 2 shots.
That was kind of a bailout foul. I think Stevenson got lucky. That could have went either way.
Stevenson is 77% free throw shooter. Has gotten to the line more than 100 times this season. First point of the game for the sophomore from Prince George, Virginia. She averages more than 13 points per game and goes 1 of 2 from the stripe to begin the second half.
That's one of the differences between Syracuse and Wake Forest. Wake Forest scoring with their starters is more balanced than Syracuse's. You see at least 4 of their players are averaging double digits versus Syracuse where there's 3.
Stevenson stole the ball but then stepped out of bounds, and I'll tell you what, Quentin Hillsman was the first person to make the call, pointing right to the sideline where he saw Stevenson step out before the official blew the whistle.
Coach Q is very passionate about coaching, and if you just sit there and you watch him, it's pretty entertaining.
Much different demeanor from Jen Hoover, the Wake Forest head coach. She's a little more relaxed on the sideline. Here's Gabby Cooper, and she's blocked, but Campbell's called for the foul.
That's a nice pump fake by Cooper. A lot of times you don't really see, she just catches and shoots, but Campbell was already in the air, so a little bit of an easy decision for her.
Cooper's a 71% free throw shooter. Has just 2 points today. The freshman's from Lansing, Illinois, and can't connect on the first free throw. Cooper's knocked down 57 threes this season. That's second on the team behind Alexis Peterson, who's knocked down 72 three-pointers this year. The single season freshman record at SU is 67 made threes, so Cooper with a good chance at breaking that record this year if Syracuse can go on a run in the postseason. After hitting 1 of 2 free throws, Syracuse leads by 14, and the Demon Deacons respond as Stevenson knocks down the shot and gets the foul.
That's one thing you don't want Stevenson to do. She's really good off the dribble. She's not that great of a catch and shoot shooter, so once she gets off the dribble, she has a high chance of making it.
Stevenson stands at 5'10", so certainly could rise up above players defending her. Misses the free throw, and it goes out of bounds to Syracuse. Wake Forest has struggled at the free throw line today. 4 of 8 now from the charity stripe. Syracuse with a 12-point lead.
We still have Syracuse's fans on their feet waiting for the first basket after the half.
Back cut, pass to Cooper, extra pass. Day finds the floor, picked up by Sharp. The freshman spins across half court, finds Penna. Stevenson guarded by Cooper. Pull-up jump shot off the dribble. You called it. There it is.
Same thing. Don't let her shoot off the dribble. She's probably going to make it.
5 points for Stevenson, all coming in the second half. Peterson for the response. What do you think? 16 for Alexis Peterson. That leads all scores. Now Syracuse sets up that full court press.
I attended the Notre Dame game this past Sunday, and the way that Syracuse played was a way that I've never seen them play before. A lot of the games in the Carrier Dome have been blowouts.
And here's Briana Day drawing an offensive foul, stepping up, meeting the contact, and getting there in time as Campbell's called for her 3rd foul, and she heads to the bench.
She stepped up just in time. split-second difference with those kind of fouls.
2.5 minutes into the second half. Syracuse with a 13-point lead. Extra pass, Cooper, three ball good. First three of the game for Gabby Cooper. She has 6 points, and SU leads by 16. Largest lead of the game for the Orange. Simmons breaks the press, gets it to Penna, and she's fouled. Offensive foul. No, Penna called for the offensive foul. That arm pushed off. We're going to get a second look.
It was a slight arm, but Peterson did a good job of selling that.
Jen Hoover not happy with the call, and she's letting the officials know about it. Syracuse with a 16-point lead. Sykes to Peterson. Her pass tipped in the air, stolen by Stevenson, and then Peterson gets it right back. The ball's rolling all over the ground right now. Peterson now settles the pace for the Orange. More than 3 minutes into the second half. Peterson pulls up, long two is good.
She's going to keep shooting them. She's going to keep shooting until someone steps up and makes her pass the ball.
18 for Peterson. Cooper called for the foul. That's the third team foul of the quarter for Syracuse, is when Hillsman is yelling out to the officials, to his players. You talked about it. He's a passionate coach.
He's very colorful on the sidelines.
Just as colorful as his wardrobe.
That too. One of the more stylish coaches in the league.
Abby Grant checks in for Gabby Cooper. Pull up for Simmons, well off the mark, gets her own rebound. Second chance, no. Day pulls down the board. Briana Day has been a force inside for Syracuse, pulling down 12 rebounds today. Peterson, pick and roll Day, great catch inside, and a blocking foul. It was a nice attempt at a charge, but you need to give the offensive player some room to catch.
That was a nice slip by Briana Day as well. The screen and slip is one of the easiest things to trick a defender on the pick and roll, in the pick and roll situation.
This is going to be a foul on the floor. Jen Hoover, the Wake Forest head coach, was yelling out to the officials. How was she shooting? She hadn't even caught the ball when she knocked my player down. So Syracuse has the ball underneath its basket. Peterson gets it back after inbounding. 18 points for Alexis Peterson, the 5'7" senior from Columbus, Ohio. Syracuse's seniors have scored 45 of the 51 points this evening. Peterson attacks, gets hit from behind, can't connect, but she's heading to the line for two.
She knew that the defender was on her back.
Just great court awareness.
Yeah, coming off that screen, she knew that she was chasing her, so that pull-up jumper was ideal to get, to the free throw line.
That's the second foul on Eliza Penna. Peterson, with her first free throw attempt of the evening, knocks it down. Alexis Peterson's an 82% free throw shooter. Really can do it all. Leads the ACC in both points per game and assists per game. Second in the conference with more than 3 steals, but she misses the second free throw.
I'm sure it's amazing for Coach Q and his coaching staff to watch Peterson grow. As a freshman, she only averaged 3 points a game.
Here's a travel inside. Almost was 2 for Milan Quinn, but she took an extra step before releasing the ball. 19-point Syracuse lead, largest of the game for the Orange. Sykes, bounce pass, Briana Day, can't finish. Ball still loose, and Penna comes away with it for the Demon Deacons. It's double team. Peterson with the steal all the way to the hoop. She has 21 points.
Like I said earlier, when the defense turns their back, that's when they're waiting to get their steals.
Third steal of the game for Peterson. Syracuse by 21. Grant tips this pass into Sykes' hands. 3-on-1 for Syracuse. Sykes to Slim, no. Ball tipped out, and Penna is fouled by Sykes.
Syracuse personal line number
Plenty of hustle out there.
First personal. 14th on
Everybody wants the ball, for sure. Brittany Sykes and Penna just kind of collided, and that's something you can't control.
Wonder if Coach Q is telling Sykes maybe you gave it to Isabella Slim just a little too late there. 54-33, Syracuse the lead over Wake Forest. The Orange still pressuring defensively. Open shot from the corner for Atkinson's off the mark. Rebound by Whitehead, and Day is fouled inside. Penna called for the foul. That is the third foul on Penna, but Alexis Peterson aiding the Orange to their largest lead of the game. 21 points, SU over Wake Forest. '20th ranked Syracuse leads Wake Forest by 21 points, more than midway through the third quarter. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Michael Tricarico. Nikki, Syracuse has turned the ball over just 12 times. Wake Forest, 19 turnovers. What has Syracuse done to force those Wake Forest turnovers?
Honestly, I think it's the presence of their press. They're there. They know that they can get, Wake Forest knows that Syracuse can get steals. So it's a mental game at that point.
Syracuse with 18 points off of those 19 Wake Forest turnovers. Briana Day with with 2 shots out of the timeout. She was fouled just before the break. Day today is 4 of 4 from the free throw line, a 75% shooter on the season. She knocks down the first. Briana Day has 31 career double-doubles. She got her most recent double-double tonight. 14 points for Briana Day to go along with 13 rebounds, 6 of them coming on the offensive end. Nice job by Atkinson to keep the ball in bounds. Coach Q wanted a travel call that was not. Stevenson to the lane, and an offensive foul called. Minimal contact. Day stood inside. Probably could have been no call.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the offensive is. It on Briana Day?
No, I think they called it on Stevenson.
That's an interesting call. I mean, I think that I wouldn't have expect them to call anything at all.
Well, Syracuse, the beneficiary of the call. The 4th offensive foul called against Wake Forest today. Here's Abby Grant. Gives to Peterson. Petey with 21 today. Step back. No. Penna the rebound for Wake Forest.
Wake Forest seems to be extending their defense a little bit, which is disrupting Syracuse's offense.
Inside Whitehead, the freshman with a tough jump shot. Rebound loose, picked up by Slim. Good ball movement for the Orange. Grant attacks. Nobody picks her up, but she can't finish. SU with a 23-point lead. 56-33, less than 4 to play in the third quarter. Penn has been held scoreless this half after scoring 12 in the first. Here's Atkinson. The runner doesn't go, and it goes out of bounds and will stay with Wake Forest. Gabby Cooper checks in for Abby Grant.
Good defense by Syracuse on the inbounds, almost forcing a 5-second violation.
The Oranges played tough defense here in the third quarter as Campbell can't finish. Offensive rebound and putback. Anna Udo. 56-35, just more than 3 to play. Syracuse outscoring Wake Forest 14-7 in the third quarter. Sykes open from 3-point range. Cooper the offensive rebound. Off-balance shot, no. A fight for the rebound, and Sykes knocked it out. So possession to go to Wake Forest, and it looks like there might be a foul called as well here. And there is going to be a foul called against Briana Day. Quinn Hillsman really never looks pleased, does he?
I mean, that's what coaches do. Even if they are pleased, they're not really going to tell you about it until the game's over. So this is his game face.
Never become content. Penna to the free throw line. That's the 5th team foul on Syracuse this quarter. So a double bonus as Penna's first shot's good. That's the first point of the second half for Aliza Penna. She scores 12 and half, number 1. Averages nearly 14 per game. So Penna right around that average now as Slim and Day head to the bench. 2 of 2 for Penna. She has 14, and Wake Forest's deficit is at 19.
Being a player from Italy, I think Penna has a European swagger to her in her game. It's definitely more aggressive than a typical American game of basketball.
Here's Cooper. She lets a 3 fly and hits. Second 3 of the game for Gabby Cooper. She has 9 points. SU by 22. Peterson all over Campbell. Cooper off the switch, still guarding the point guard. Sharp goes to the rim. Her shot is good, plus the foul. First field goal of the game for Sharp. She has 3 points and an opportunity to complete the 3-point play. Aggressive move to the hoop.
Yeah, it was pretty aggressive. Bria Day just stepped over just a little bit, helped the helper there situation.
Sharp knocks down the free throw, so 4 points for the freshman from Australia. And Wake Forest is down by 19 once again. 29 rather once again. Nope, 19. Keep going back and forth between more than 20 and 19. Peterson, no. Bria Day and Brittany Sykes save it in bounds, but right to Atkinson. 2-on-2. Atkinson, strong move to the lane. Can't finish. Gets her own rebound. Sykes with the interception. Nobody in front of Brittany, and she has her first 2 points of half number 2.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if she tried to dunk that. She's so athletic as a guard, so I really wouldn't be surprised.
Sykes stands at 5'9", but really can jump out of the gym. She has 11 total points this evening. 80 seconds left in the third quarter. SU up by 21. Inside pass, and Udo finishes. 4 points for her. Here's Sykes. Was open from 3. Pass inside. Elmore, extra pass for Day, but a 3-second violation first.
3-second violation.
Desiree Elmore, she was a great player in high school, and I think it's just about her finding her rhythm now in college. You know, the game of basketball is different from high school to college, so it's a big adjustment to make from a high school senior to a freshman in college.
Elmore's played in 18 games in her freshman year here. Bodies diving all over the floor. Ball is still loose, and a held ball is called. Well, earlier in the game, Quentin Hillsman got on a couple of his players for not diving on a ball that was loose. Here, every Syracuse player that was close was on the floor.
I think all but 1 or 2 players were on the floor going for the ball, which is ideal. That's what you want as a coach. That's what you want from a team. You want them to sacrifice themselves and their bodies for the ball.
It's like the basketball is a base and all the players trying to slide just under the tag.
My mom used to tell me to think of it as money. So that's how I thought of it when I played.
Just more than 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Syracuse a 19-point lead over Wake Forest. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Sharp. Step back, 3-point shot. Off the mark, Sykes rips down the board.
There's that athleticism in that rebound.
Finds Peterson, her backcourt mate. The patience, open shot, and that's a little off the mark.
It was good. It seemed like she had a couple set of eyes in the back of her head to not get blocked. But again, Coach Q is not pleased.
He's looking for his team to try and pick up a steal in the last 20 seconds of the quarter. Here comes the double team. Ball movement for the Demon Deacons. Sharp, extra pass inside. Udo knocked out of her hands. 12.9 on the clock. Nice job by Syracuse to recover there, otherwise it would have been an easy layup. Briana Day, Isabella Slim check in for the final 13 seconds. Bria Day and Desiree Elmore head to the bench.
Last thing you want to happen is for Wake Forest to get a shot. It doesn't matter what the score of the game is, you just don't want that to happen with 12 seconds left on the clock.
Day tips the pass. Udo gives to Atkinson. She goes up and is fouled.
You also don't want to foul either.
Going to be able to take a second look, and you got to find the inbounder. Clear foul from Sykes.
She was wide open too. I mean, I guess a foul with no shot is better than letting her get 2 points.
And there are many plays that the inbounder is the one that ends up touching the ball, and the play is actually for them out of bounds as Atkinson knocks down the first.
Yeah, you get so caught up in the people who are in position to score, and sometimes you do forget about that inbound player.
9 points today for Atkinson. That was her first point of the second half. 2 of 2 for the 63% free throw shooter. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Syracuse by 17. Peterson splits the double team. Inside pass, Day's blocked, out of bounds, possession to Wake Forest. Hillsman wanted a foul to be called, did not get it. 1 second. Atkinson gives to Simmons. It's good if it goes. It does not. So after 3 quarters of play, Syracuse extends its lead by 3 points after the third quarter. 61-44, SU by 17. Fourth quarter next on ACC Network Extra. Syracuse with a 17-point lead at the start of the fourth quarter. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Michael Tricarico. Alexis Peterson leads all scorers with 21 points. Syracuse's seniors have combined for 55 of the 61 total points. What has worked so well for Syracuse offensively?
As long as Syracuse plays their game, then they're going to get their shots. Alexis Peterson and Brittany Sykes are going to get at least their average almost every game, especially Peterson. That's just what she does. Peterson averages more than 23 points per game. She's just 2 shy of that mark now as Slim's pass intended for Day is stolen away by Sharp. Syracuse won the third quarter scoring battle 19-16. The Demon Deacons offense has been better since the first quarter, but still not great. Here's Stevenson. She has 5 points, all in the second half. Pair of field goals coming on pull-up jump shots. Penna pulls up. Her field goal is rebounded by Sykes. The best thing about that whole possession is Gabby Cooper fronting Anna Udo. I mean, obviously there's a height advantage, but just to see a freshman do that is ideal. Slim attacked the rim and was fouled. Hillsman still speaking to his team, looking for perfection. Again, that help defense is just a second too late. You got to foul, and Syracuse is going to the line. Anna Udo called for the foul. That's her first. And the team's first of the quarter is Slim knocks down the foul shot. 7 points for Isabella Slim. She's now 2 for 3 from the free throw line today. Make it 3 for 4. She has 8 points now. Syracuse a 19-point lead, just more than 9 minutes left in the game. And Syracuse comes away with the steal. Peterson, no look pass Day. Cannot finish, Sykes the offensive rebound. Peterson lost possession of the ball at first, but finishes. Could have had the 3, but fumbling the ball ends up working out in the senior's favor. She has 23. It definitely worked out in her favor, but she also shot a left-hand floater, which kind of surprised me considering she's right-handed. Add one more steal and one more basket for Peterson. 25 points for the senior. SU by 23. Timeout, Wake Forest. Like I said, as long as Syracuse plays their game, they're going to get their points. all of the seniors are doing exactly what's necessary.
Largest lead of the game for the Orange, 8.5 to play. Syracuse leads Wake Forest by 23 points, largest lead of the game for the Orange. Alexis Peterson leads all scorers with 25 points. Peterson has also picked up 3 steals as the Orange has dominated this second half. Alongside Nikki Jones, I'm Michael Tricarico. Thanks so much for watching ACC basketball on ACC Network Extra. 15 to shoot for the Demon Deacons. Stevenson, jump shot good. 7 points for Stevenson. 3 jump shots, all from mid-range.
That's definitely her shot. Off the dribble or not, she was very composed with that offensive possession.
And Cooper knocks down a deep 3 for the response.
That was a Steph Curry NBA range three-pointer.
12 points for Gabby Cooper. She's knocked down 3 from behind the arc. Sykes with the tip. It's coming our way. And, well, we'll get this one back in.
They were trying to pass to us on the sidelines here.
We're open. We are open. Not sure it'd work out too well for them. You'd be able to knock down a couple of shots.
From here, I can pass for an assist for a shot.
Here's an extra pass inside and a layup for Udo. 6 points for her all in the second half. Two and a half minutes into the fourth quarter. Cooper again from deep. She is feeling it. Gabby Cooper is unconscious this half.
I think I seen a smile from Coach Q. That possession, he actually looked pleased.
15 for Cooper. Foul in the backcourt against Briana Day. 4th 3 of the game for Gabby Cooper. She's now 6 three-pointers shy of tying the freshman single season record, which is 67 made threes.
I'm pretty sure she'll get that before the season's completely over.
Peterson with her 4th steal of the game goes to the hoop through contact. No. Briana Day rips down the board, gets the bucket and the foul. 14 rebounds for Briana Day. That's her 7th on the offensive end, and she has 16 points.
She was hungry for this rebound. Sykes was over her back, but she's like, no, this rebound is mine. It's interesting to see Gabby Cooper, Brittany Sykes, and Alexis Peterson. When they score, they show energy. They are excited, but Briana Day is pretty posed. She's pretty poised, I'm sorry.
Well, picks up her own rebound off the free throw miss and is fouled again. 15 rebounds for Briana Day. Her career high is 19. That came back in 2014 against Duquesne. So there is a shot that Briana Day can reach that career high. She's 4 shy. Her season high is 16 against North Carolina.
The season for the Orange has really been record-breaking. We have people breaking records. The Syracuse game career highs of rebounds and points and assists and in the nation, in the ACC. So this team has really just been breaking records left and right.
Bailey has checked in for Alexis Peterson as Day's 2nd free throw is no good, and Udo rebounds this time for the Demon Deacons. 28-point Syracuse lead, less than 7 to play. Jump shot off the mark, rebounded by Sykes. One of the rare misses we've seen this half from Stevenson. Sykes to the hoop, and she's fouled. Syracuse is certainly being aggressive attacking the rim.
It's a good way to draw in the defense there. She knew that she was going to get fouled. As long as you go up and shoot it, 2 points at the free throw line.
It seems like Syracuse is so good at drawing those fouls as well.
They know how to use their body. They are smart enough. A lot of the players that play most of the time are seniors, so they've been around a couple times to know how to draw the foul.
Brittany Sykes has 12 points, scored 9 in the first half. 3 so far here in half number 2, make it 4. So 13 total for the redshirt senior from Newark, New Jersey.
If you think about it, this is technically Brittany Sykes' second senior night.
She did celebrate it last year. And this three knocked down by Penna. She's been quiet this second half. That's her third made three of the game. She has 17 points, 5 coming in half number 2. Sykes runs point for the Orange with Peterson on the bench. Guarded by Campbell. Crossover dribble, opens up some space, and a blocking foul. Atkinson tried to draw the charge, but was inside the circle. That restricted arc. Again, another good move, and in this case, Atkinson just didn't step up.
Yeah, I mean, she was there, good help defense there by her, but again, a split-second difference is a big difference when it comes to those kind of fouls.
5 team fouls on Wake Forest this quarter, so 2 shots for Sykes, and she hits the first. Sykes 4th in school history coming into tonight's game with 1,737 points. Add 14 points to that mark, as that's what Sykes is at this evening.
At the start of the game, she's 44 points away from 3rd place, so her and Alexis Peterson are definitely moving up each game.
Offensive rebound for Atkinson. She puts it home. 12 points for Kalila Atkinson. And the redshirt senior for the Demon Deacons trying to do all she can to pull Wake Forest back in a respectable fashion. 26-point SU lead. Sykes off the double screen, finds Isabella Slim. Her 3, rebounded by Bria Day. Her putback no good, and it goes out of bounds. Possession to Syracuse. 5.5 to play, 4th quarter. Syracuse offense has really come to life here in quarter 4 with 18 points in 4.5 minutes. Similar to the first quarter where Syracuse scored 27 in the first 10 minutes of play.
A lot of times in the second half of Syracuse games, they're more loose because, you know, they've been up by 15, 20, sometimes 30 points. So once you get to that point, you play a little bit more loose. You have a little bit more fun.
Penna called for the foul as Bria Day was setting a screen. That is the 4th foul on Eliza Penna. So 2 shots coming up for Day. Bria Day scoreless today. One of 6 seniors on the Syracuse roster. Second shot for Day, and it's good. Bria has 2 points. Syracuse's lead is back to 28. Inside pass. Udo. Ball movement finds Penna. 17 points for her is Atkinson now. Sharp drives in. Floater no. And another offensive rebound for Atkinson. Penna attacks. Pull up jump shot is short. Rebound Udo. She has 8 points.
I like that possession by Wake Forest. They took their time. They weren't rushing. They weren't trying to hurry up and get a shot off. They got a good shot in the end and a nice layup at the end, too.
4.5 to play. 81-55, SU in front. Here's Sykes. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Sykes splits through the defense, but can't finish. Just rolled off the rim. Here comes Wake Forest. Atkinson finds Udo. Inside pass. Penna spins away from Sykes. Shot no. Udo no. Atkinson comes down with it. Here's Campbell. Pull up jump shot. No. Another offensive rebound, and this time the putback for Alex Sharp. 6 points for the Australian native.
Another good possession by Wake Forest, again taking their time. This is a game that they needed to be playing the entire duration of this game.
Sykes finds Slim. 10 to shoot. Into the lane. Brittany Sykes all the way to the rim. 16 for Sykes.
She went to the basket as if Wake Forest were cones. It's like a typical drill in practice.
Here's Penna. Shot no. Offensive rebound, Udo. Atkinson guarded by Cooper. Now Campbell. Guarded by Cooper. Sharp looks inside. Gets a screen from Penna. Ball tipped from Sykes out of bounds. 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Syracuse well in command on senior night as Sykes is leading the charge for the Orange. 93 combined wins for this year's senior class over the last 4, and it looks like SU well on its way to making that number 94 wins for the senior class. The Orange well in front of the Demon Deacons with 2.5 to play in this one. 5 to shoot. Campbell finds Atkinson. 1 to shoot. She doesn't see the shot clock. The shot goes up and it's in. Thought that might have been after the shot clock, but they're not even going to review it.
Maybe, I don't know. I thought it was after the shot clock for sure, but guess not.
Elmore spins inside. Off balance shot, no. Rebounded by Udo. Two minutes to play. This pass tipped right back to Atkinson. Slim looks like she's in a little bit of pain. Sticking it out for the rest of this possession at least. Here's Campbell all the way to the lane and finishing.
A little bit too easy. It's not a lot of times that you see Coach Q take out his star players. I mean, the only starter in there is what, Gabby Cooper and Isabella Slim. You don't really see Sykes, Peterson, and Day on the bench at the same time, at least.
Coach Q likes to go with his top players, and Syracuse hasn't had a lot of help off the bench this year. Syracuse's leading scorer off the bench this season is Julia Chandler. She's averaged just more than 3 points in 25 games played in this year. I mean, it really has been Peterson, Sykes, and Briana Day.
I mean, I've heard those three be referred to as the big three, so they're clearly the big three for a reason. They're scoring the majority of Syracuse's points. Almost all.
Syracuse's fourth leading scorer is Gabby Cooper, only a freshman at 8 points per game. And it looks like after you're going to graduate Peterson, Slim, Sykes, and Day, you know, where does Syracuse go? You know, they've had some talented recruiting classes over the last couple of years, maybe taking those players a little bit longer to develop. But Gabby Cooper appears to be at least the star player moving forward for the Orange.
I think Gabby Cooper is in a great position to be able to play with Sykes, Peterson, and Day. Hopefully she's absorbing everything that they're throwing her way. I mean, as a freshman, that's a great position to be in.
The Orange turns it away. Bailey turning it over. Here comes Wake Forest with less than a minute to play, and a travel is called.
In the NBA, that might have been okay.
Only in the NBA. Just more than 30 seconds left in this one. And Syracuse looking to wrap up the win over the Demon Deacons. Here's Elmore, spins inside and finishes. Desiree Elmore with her first 2 points of the game.
I'm excited to see what's to come for the Syracuse team. I mean, even after they graduate, as far as going to the WNBA or playing professional, or just what's next for them in general for these seniors on senior night especially.
Keep in mind, Alexis Peterson only averaged less than 5 points per game as a freshman, and now she might be the best player, or at least one of the best players in the entire country.
Yeah, I mean, for her, that's an amazing thing to just have on your record, to go from what I think it was 3 points a game to now 23 points a game.
Final seconds of this one, and Penna is fouled. She has 19 points to lead Wake Forest. She has certainly stepped up for the Demon Deacons, and this one averages nearly 14 points per game. She's had to make up for some lost production. Amber Campbell averages nearly 13 points. Her first 2 came just moments ago. As Gabby Cooper leaves to a standing ovation from the Syracuse crowd. Abby Grant coming into the game as well. This is the final regular season home game for Syracuse. There is a chance that Syracuse could host NCAA tournament games as they did last year. The Orange is ranked 20th in the country. If you're a top 4 seed, you host first and second round action. So Syracuse in position possibly for that, depending on what happens in the ACC tournament. Elmore picks up the block, and that is the exclamation point on a senior night win for the Orange. 85-64 as 20th ranked Syracuse finishes out the home slate with just 1 loss inside the Carrier Dome all year. A 13-1 record as Syracuse beats Wake Forest 85-64 on senior night. Alexis Peterson leads the way with 25 points as SU improves to 19-9 overall. For Nikki Jones, I'm Michael Tricarico saying so long from the Carrier Dome, where the final score is Syracuse 85, Wake Forest 64. This has been a presentation of ESPN.